Ich wusste es. Wir haben alle ganz schön lange gewartet. Jetzt sind wir aber nicht da, wo wir hin wollten. Im großen Finale der Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge Cologne. Wir haben ein Spitzenspiel hier im Finale. Die beiden Army-Teams. Wir haben Solo mit und wir haben CLG. Wir warten jetzt nur darauf, dass er nicht losgeht. Wir wollen die Jungs natürlich auch noch mal ganz kurz vorstellen. Und ich bitte euch, dass ihr jetzt gleich richtig ausrastet. Bringt die Jungs hier nach oben mit einer... Wirklich mit einem Klatsch, mit einer Begröle, das wir so noch nicht gehört haben. Am liebsten würde ich mir sogar vorstellen, dass ihr euch gleich alle hinstellt und klatscht und hüpft. Ich weiß nicht, ich denke, da geht einiges. Was haltet ihr davon, wenn wir alle mal aufstehen und die Jungs gleich herzlich begrüßen? Steht doch schon mal alle auf. Steht doch schon mal alle auf und begrüßen wir gleich hier die zwei besten Teams hier auf den Intel Extreme Masters.
Damn, she doesn't even stick up for him.
Das sieht schon mal gut aus. Das sind eine Menge. Jungs, alle aufstehen, die hier sind. Und natürlich auch junge Damen. Wollen wir nicht verdienen. Vergessen. Kann ich mal eure Hände sehen? Ich will einfach mal sehen, wie viel das so sind. Oh, das sieht schon mal gut aus. Wir werden jetzt gleich als erstes CLG aufstellen. Und natürlich möchte ich für beide Teams einen Hammerapplaus bekommen. Können wir mal probieren, ob wir die Halle jetzt zum Beben bekommen? Ich würde es gerne mal wirklich testen. Können wir alle mal ein bisschen hüpfen? Können wir alle mal so ein bisschen hüpfen? Ich will mal gucken, ob das funktioniert. Könnt ihr mal alle hüpfen? Könnt ihr mal alle gleichzeitig hüpfen? Macht es mal. Das sieht gut aus. Könnt ihr dabei noch ein bisschen kreischen? Geht da noch was? Kann ich euch hören? Kann ich euch hören? Okay, das kriegen wir besser hin. Ich glaube, mit Klatschen kombiniert hört sich das ziemlich gut an. Also Jungs, wenn die Jungs von CLG gleich rauskommen, will ich, dass ihr die so begrüßt, dass sie hier geflasht sind, dass sie denken, sind wir hier in Deutschland? Was geht denn mit denen? Sind die verrückt? Das will ich auf jeden Fall mitkriegen. Können wir jetzt das einfach schon mal testen? Ich will das hier mal hören. Könnt ihr jetzt mal alle klatschen und richtig Gas geben? Könnt ihr mal alle klatschen und richtig Gas geben? Hier! Da geht noch ein bisschen mehr, da geht noch mehr. Bin mir da ganz sicher. Bin mir da ganz sicher. Ich sehe auch schon einige schöne Schilder. Okay. Wir wollen es jetzt einfach wissen. Ich denke, wenn die Jungs rauskommen, werden die einfach komplett ausrasten. Deswegen wollen wir keine weitere Zeit verschenken. Ich bitte jetzt mit einem gigantischen Applaus das erste Team hier auf die Bühne. Riesigen Applaus für das Team CLG! Ihr seid einfach zu geil. Das ist nur das erste Team und das Spiel hat noch gar nicht angefangen und ihr rastet schon komplett aus. Auf der anderen Seite haben wir natürlich den Gegner. Das große Finale hier der Intel Extreme Masters. Und bitte, auch hier einen riesigen Applaus für das Team Solomit! Wow. Wow. Ihr dürft euch langsam wieder hinsetzen, euch entspannen und genießen. Wir haben jetzt noch ein kleines Interview für euch mit beiden Teams. Ich hoffe, ihr werdet hier E-Sport, League of Legends vom allerfeinsten sehen. Hoffentlich diese Spiele ausreizen können, solange es nur geht. Wir gehen jetzt in das Vorinterview. Ich wünsche euch sehr viel Spaß mit dieser Partie.
All right, with me here, we don't really need introduction for both of these players. First, we're going to interview the player from Team Solomit. How are you doing today? And, you know, this is an All-American finals. How do you feel about that?
Well, we came into the tournament just playing and trying our best, and we happened to make it to the finals, so I'm really glad. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you guys practice a lot together. In fact, you guys have a year-long of rivalry, don't you?
I suppose so, yeah. We always play against each other and compete, and we're tough competitors. So yeah, we're rivals, definitely.
Are you confident today?
Confident? Yeah, pretty much. I don't 50-50 probably. So I think we'd do pretty well.
All right, with me here we have Hotshot GG, pretty popular with the European crowd. Well, in the forums, a lot of people actually talk about the difference in playing style between American teams and European teams. Do you actually think there's a big difference in playing style?
I think the champs that we all learn to love change between the EU and the US. And this tournament, I think the US champs that we played stand out as really strong.
How do you think the games will go today?
It can go 50-50. TSM's a great team. CLG, I love my team. They do so well. Just looking forward to a good match.
All right, well, they're going to give something out to the fans over here. So let them get to it, and we'll probably start the game really soon.
So, CLG versus TSM. Not a bad game.
It's a small final. There's nothing interesting, really. You can all go home. They're going to kick you out in a minute. We don't have that again.
Absolutely amazing final. Of course, the two North American teams made it through this time. And it's just great to see, I have to point out, the fans here at Gamescom, absolutely brilliant. You've seen the bands so there. Loud. The noise was ridiculous when the two teams came out on stage. So, thumbs up, guys, here in the audience.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what a difference a year makes, it has to be said. These guys, some random arrow going past in the background here. Hold on, let me, no, I need to go that way. There we go. So, and again, banners. This is what we said. We've said Ocelot banners. You know, these guys are rock stars. I was just talking to Shuche, actually, and I was like, are you getting tired of it? Yeah, he says, well, I kind of stood in a place for 1 hour, and I couldn't really do anything. People just constantly coming up to him. You know, when these guys have just become recognizable, they're now streaming, obviously, after the DreamHack. They all kind of had a little bit of fame there. They all stream. They all have that little picture down in the corner here or whatever it is. They have this just sat there in the web. And so everybody knows what they look like now. But, you know, I would say the standout players, you know, they're just photographed non-stop now. I don't think they were quite expecting it. They knew they were going to be a bit more popular, but I don't think they were quite expecting how crazy it's got.
Well, I'm pretty sure we're going to hear this crowd here at Gamescom a little bit more today. Yeah. We've got the best of three coming up, and of course, CLG versus TSM, a rivalry, if you've ever seen one. As Kelly pointed out there on stage, you know, they've had this rivalry going on for a while now, let's call it.
It all came around when Hotshot and Reginald had the split. Hotshot used to be part of Team Solar Mid. Team Solar Mid started off as like a big LoL community, and they split apart. CLG got formed, and, you know, and then that's how the rivalry sort of became about. If you really want to check it out, it's all on the CLG website. They've got a lovely history, a 1-year history thing they posted. It was I mean, yes, it's a rivalry. Yes, they are both US teams, but really, you know, between the two, there's not a lot of difference. They are both fantastic teams. They all have fantastic players. So I have no idea which way this one's going to go. I've got to be honest. They played each other last week in the Intel Extreme Masters China qualifiers. CLG came out very, very strong in that one. I think we're going to see a bit of difference here. I spoke to them last night, and like Reginald was like, yeah, we want a bit of revenge.
Yeah, that's completely understandable. And, you know, the game on stage here is a totally different game to what we've seen online between these two. The crowds here, you know, there's pressure on them. They're fighting for a lot of money in this one game. You know, the whole 5 days you can basically throw away now because it's a final day. They've not played a game today, you know, on stage. I'm not sure if they've had time to really warm up or what have you. So this will be interesting to see how they come out of the gates. And I'm going to say now, I think the team that wins the first map wins the whole tournament.
I think I'm going to be going with CLG on this one. I think personally they have played just solid throughout. They've been so confident throughout the whole thing, and it just, they've not really flinched. TSM have had a few moments where it could easily have gone either way, but CLG just really have looked strong. However, we're going to see completely different picks between these two guys because they know each other well. They've practiced online together a bit. It's not like massive amounts, but they have played online together, so they're kind of, you know, just... We had
a blind pick game.
Yeah, George failed. George failed at hosting. But, you know, they've played a bit online, and I think they've played about 5 games before they came here together, so like just warm each other up. You know, because at the end of the day, there's only so many teams in America at the moment that are at that level that they can practice with. And it becomes the same with, like, for the European teams, but they don't want to practice against someone that is a close rival because chances are you will probably face them in the final,
And the odd one just saying hot shot blind pick GG. Nice one. So we're in the tournament draft mode now. Obviously, you've seen the spectator mode that we've had here all weekend long, and now hopefully it's going to deliver in what should be an absolutely amazing game. So, all 10 players into this one. You think we're going to be seeing some special picks for this game?
Well, maybe. We're definitely going to be going with a lot more with the American style. Immediately, Team Solo Mid banning out Nidalee there.
Surprise.
Kind of expected, yeah, surprise. Will we see all the bans aimed towards Hotshot GG? We have done in the past. St. Vicious on Fiddlesticks. He was incredible. Fiddlesticks used the American side. And I was talking with Ocelot when we were doing the stream on the third place playoff, and he was saying, it's incredible that a jungler can just switch between an AP, an AD, a jungler, whatever he requires, he will have. Very, very quick picks there, it has to be said. Orianna, Udyr, and Zillion by CLG, Nidalee, Fiddlesticks, and Jax by Team Solo Mid. And immediately, the cow is the first pick. So, the Americans have been utilising Alistair so well that the Europeans, when we've seen them picking it, they've not quite worked so well. The Europeans were very strong when it was AP cow, but the Americans playing more as the support role in the bottom there. And from the European side, they're kind of used to, say, like, for example, Nif, because we were talking about it earlier, is a lot more comfortable on Soraka and Sona and Janna. Not that comfortable on the cow.
No, definitely not. And that's something that we've seen him have to contend with in that one. So we've got the first two picks for CLG, and we have Gangplank and Brand.
Yeah, and we've seen some brilliant Gangplanks this time. So St. Vicious is going to be on Gangplank. He has that great slow ability. His ulti can pop from anywhere around the map just to assist. Soul's on Annie. He's incredible on Annie. That is his go-to character. So immediately we are seeing CLG with two characters that they are very much, probably would have been their first picks anyway, or would have been the picks, regardless of how the bans would have gone. So I think CLG are going to be happy so far.
So TSM get the next two picks, of course, and Nocturne coming in. That's not really a surprise. We've seen a lot of Nocturne, and he's proved to be very, very strong throughout this whole tournament. Yeah,
the odd one on just yesterday, last night, he was just ripping Ash apart. I think who was the odd one that was dying? No, I'm completely talking rubbish. It was St. Vicious against whoever they played in the morning. It was a small game, Millennium. Ripping Ash apart, and he was diving in. He was the first one of initiating straight in there, and Cho'Gath, Hotshot GG on Cho'Gath was so quick to get in there. And again, there he is, Cho'Gath. So we kind of the go-to guy that Hotshot GG will be taking in the top lane. St. Vicious picking up, there's obviously going to be elements on Sona. Again, this is a very similar team to what we saw yesterday morning. The Millennium game, we are pretty much almost identical, apart from the fact Nocturne needs to be this side. Well, there we go. Cogmore, Big Fat GG has shown how Cogmore can be played at this event. He's been brilliant. And you can't underestimate the positioning that he's been playing. We were talking about it yesterday with Millennium game. It's like Cogmore's doing all the damage, but they just could not get to him. I was talking to St. Vicious last night. There was the big player party, and they were basically saying, him, Elements, and Hotshot were just literally forming a barrier, saying, just pray. Janna. We're going to have Chaox. Chaox has performed pretty admirably throughout this event, and it's, Cogmore versus Caitlyn. Caitlyn's going to have the poke advantage, obviously, with the Piltover Peacemaker has that advantage in the range until about level 6, when obviously Cogmore can start spitting a lot longer, getting the slowdown. It's going to be heavily down to the junglers. Nocturne past 6 is a pretty scary thing. You can't push the lane too far. Now, the problem is Cho'Gath is not going to be that upset about Nocturne coming diving out for him, so they're going to need quite a bit of damage to get in there. And I'm not too sure how that one will work out, but Aurelia up top versus Cho'Gath, that's a pretty decent setup. I don't know how this one's going to work out. I said CLG are going to take it, but TSM have got some pretty good picks there.
Yeah, and I guess we've got the
okay, no problem.
Switch bug, so we're going to have a remake of the game. I guess we'll make a blind pick game to save some time.
We've been kind of expecting that. It's just if they don't quite get it sometimes, I think it's when you have to do a double swap. That's the issue at the moment. That'll get it fixed, don't worry. There's also been some full-on server changes in the background that I've been told. They've swapped them out overnight, so we've got a full new game, Tournament Realm, Riot well on the board with what's been happening. So hopefully we're going to have some awesome matches here. So, Joe, I never actually got your prediction of what was going to go on here.
Well, actually, I told you last night that I think CLG are going to take it. You know, despite the fact that they're not actually their normal lineup. And we were talking a little bit last night. I think it was Hotshot that was saying, maybe it was Elements, I don't remember, saying that if you had Chaucer there as well, they would be even stronger. I mean, they're already in the final, and basically with a stand-in. It's pretty insane how far they've got.
And Salsa's handled the pressure very well, it has to be said. You know, he stepped up his game to come in here. He was at DreamHack, so he's not, like, new to it all. But it's obviously, you know, stepping into the team. I don't know how much practice they'd have had together, you know, obviously stepping in as the AP champion.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure for the fact that the current AP guy is there in the team. So he's, you know, watching your every move. So it's a little bit harsh. But Chauster, unfortunately couldn't come here. He will be going to China as far as I'm aware. Obviously, you know, he's going to be gutted himself because he's going to be sat at home watching this and going, should be me.
Are they going to kick me out of the team if they win?
No, I don't think there's any worry about that.
But I think CLG are going to take this one. But as I mentioned earlier, with the crowd here on the big stage, I believe the team that wins the first map is going to go through and win it.
Yeah, and it's you know, you can't underestimate the crowd. Ocelot was saying earlier about Candy Panda on stage. You know, he gave up the first blood. Fnatic did a great troll. They CV'd their own bush, which caught him out of first blood. But saying, you know, it was very nervous as it was, and a situation like that immediately puts you on the back foot. So first blood, especially on a big stage like this, when the crowd just roars like crazy, you're like, sorry.
Yeah, of course they played at DreamHack, but there wasn't really that big stage feeling like we've got here. So we are actually getting into the game right now. Let's hear a little bit of noise. It's the Intel Extreme Masters Global Challenge Cologne League of Legends Grand Final. It's CLG versus Team Solo Mid. In-game then, the grand final, game 1, CLG versus Team Solo Mid. I'm pretty sure the American community right now is super happy.
Yeah, they're probably going ape, and you know, I can already sense the feeling of the US greater than EU stuff, and it should really be North America greater than, because don't forget, both these teams have got some strong Canadian roots in there. So we're going to see CLG slipping into possibly the blue buff area, and you know, we're in the American style game here. EU, we never get a first blood fight in the jungle, but you know, we may just get it here, Joe, as Hotshot has gone into the bush. I think, did they see them going in there? I'm not too sure of the vision. Souls has got stun of the Rayman's going to go straight in there. A Mr. Flash straight out of there. Great Howling Gale from Reginald there, just about keeping him out, and more importantly to note that Reginald is on Janna.
Yeah. This setup could be very interesting from TSM, the way that they've actually put it all together.
Yeah, so X-Special going to be the support, and Reginald on Janna. I have no idea how this is going to go. Are we going to see AP Cow? I'm kind of intrigued. Are we going to see crazy AP build? It's a pretty interesting build from TSM. Let's have a look. CLG going to return. And yeah, not even going to bother keeping invasion there. They've got the trap there. Caitlyn's managed to put the traps down, so they're going to have a reasonable vision where when Nocturne goes for it, the odd one pinging away like crazy. They're not sure that CLG has disappeared at the moment. And don't worry, guys, we don't give anything away. There's no ghosting attempt from hearing our views, as it were, because they have that 10-20 second delay on the actual game PC to the spectator mode built in there. So you don't have to be careful what we say, which is great for us.
So we're going to have Janna lining up in middle against Annie. Really excited to see how this all goes, to be honest. And Solsay, obviously, at the moment, just farming away. We've seen Janna go up and actually assist the odd one. Rustin obviously in his jungle path on that blue buff. Down in the bottom lane, of course, it is the Cow and Cogmore against Caitlyn and Sona. Up at the top, no real surprise, Hotshot versus Rainman.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how Reginald is going to do here, as I guess possibly going to even build an AP Janna there. So Janna with the strong, and it's really aiming towards more of a late game. I guess he's going to have that ulti that can just knock people out later on. He's going to get caught already. He's going to get that Howling Gale straight across. Didn't go where he wanted it to because he'd already put it down. Salsa's already dodged straight out of the way. Got to get really hard to keep up down the bottom in between these two. Big Fat GG and KX is going to be an intense affair. We're going to have to keep our eye on this one closely because one of them will go and die very quickly if we don't keep our eye on it. The top, I think, is going to be pretty safe to say that they're just going to chip away at each other for a long time. Not a lot's going to happen there. If there's going to be a first blood, Salsa is going to be possibly the one that's going to get out on Reginald. But I'm intrigued to see how Reginald's going to play Janna here because Reginald is such an aggressive player in his whole play style. Down the bottom, you can see KX has been chipped away out there. So Big Fat GG, again, like I said, is going to have that slight range advantage early on. And KX will soon gain it back once he hits 6+.
Yeah, once he gets up to that ulti level, he's going to be one annoying Cogmore. In the middle, Reginald is doing fairly well down at the bottom. We're having pings onto the odd one, and actually a flash comes in. They've knocked Big Fat GG back. He actually tries to flash away. Exhaust is there, and first blood goes to TSM. Odd one is the one to pick it up, and wow, amazing stuff. And up at top, we've got a push in there as well.
Down.
Wow.
Yeah, so a gank from both junglers there, really well played from both, but Team Solar Mid pick up that first blood. CLG just a little bit behind in it. Sainfish was actually pretty low on the hit points. I don't think he really lost the Fatler there. He was already low before that fight. Meanwhile, we've got Annie diving on towards Reginald there, and just outside of tower range as well, cleverly. He's going to keep the stack push on there. Reginald, until he actually gets that Howling Gale built up enough, he's going to struggle to keep Salsa away from him because, it's all well and good getting that Howling Gale straight across, but until Salsa, he can just keep pushing for the early levels. Reginald needs to get the Howling Gale built very strongly. You can see the odd one is just stalking around there, and Salsa's going to go back and buy as is expected.
And amazing stuff up at the top there. Rainman obviously being the first victim here. He's actually going to put some pressure onto Hotshot, who is backing away to the safety of his own turret. Decent amount of minions coming in there, so he's going to get some nice farm early on. Obviously, Big Fat GG did go back. Does have boots now as well as that Doran's Blade, so first blood's always bad to lose, but at least he's got some boots now.
Yeah, indeed. At least he's gone back and bought early. That's the bright side.
Trying to keep it positive.
Trying to keep it positive there, yeah. So Reginald pushing the lane, actually, would you believe? Rainman just letting the lane push itself. Hotshot is just happy to take the hits there. Gale again. Reginald already leveled it up quite heavily. Going to farm away with that. Looks like the odd one picked up the race. Have a quick look down the bottom there. Chaos continuing. So farm-wise, CS-wise, obviously Chaos was knocked out of lane, but despite the fact he is still only one CS behind, so he's keeping up despite the fact he's not been there. Aurelia versus Hotshot GG up the top there. Just having a look around. Yeah, he's just a little bit behind. He did get killed early, obviously, which is why Hotshot's going to keep up. Now, Hotshot has not got teleport, which is he's been taking for most of the tournament so far. Once he's been out top lane, he just continues on pushing. Again, we are seeing Gangplank coming around the side there. Rayman's going to spot that one and get out of there, no problem at all.
Rayman knows that he has to be careful in these early levels here because they start to get that pressure from Gangplank. Things could go pear-shaped for him very, very quickly. At the moment, Big Fat GG just working his way through those minions, getting that farm. Obviously, we see Chaos and X-Special down on their tower just to be safe. Meanwhile, in middle, we have Annie 38 to the 36 of Janna, so very even stuff in and around that middle area. Down on the bottom, the CS is as follows: 41 for Caitlyn and 41 for Cogmore, so doesn't get much more even right now.
Yeah, Reginald now got his Howling Gale built up pretty much. It's going to do a lot of damage to him straight up lane. Yeah, you can see he's just having no problem farming. He's just backing away. He's got to be careful about the fact, obviously, Gangplank can come out, and when Tibbers goes down, it would explode very quickly. So he's fully aware of that, which is why he's backing away. Especially not got Oracle yet, not got to that stage, so he's not aware of the ward. You see Chaos with Big Fat GG down the bottom there. Big Fat GG at the moment without his support. Elements has just been back, got a Philosopher's Stone. Annie just going to put that ward down river. Very wary of the Nocturne threat of the Odd One. Pretty even in gold so far, 7.5 minutes gone. We've seen some early dragons from both these teams. In fact, I think we saw a 7-minute Expression just standing there, taking it from Big Fat GG. Yeah, there we go. Trap goes down. He was trapped in there. Immediately gets the trap back on. Aurelia's been back on board. What has Aurelia got? Gone straight towards, building towards the Wriggles, I guess. See Reginald taking the burst, but it's not doing a great deal. Reginald was ready for that, got that shield on already, and I think we're going to have possible gank attempt down the bottom here, Joe. No, he's going to back away. There's a ward there anyway, so they wouldn't have got it.
Yeah, backed away there completely. Got Gangplank actually headed towards the middle area. There is a ward here, so they are going to spot that one as well. And St. Vicious is actually, the ward just timed out literally, but they'll have seen Gangplank there. You would think so. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, we're seeing Reginald just back away to safety. And also probably going to be getting himself a nice blue buff here to contend with Annie in that middle area. Up at the top, Hotshot GG putting some decent pressure in onto Rayman. As you mentioned, we saw Rayman go back. Madrid Razors picked up. Hotshot also went back, picked up Catalyst the Protector during that time.
Yeah, here we go. Chaos has now hit the 6 mark, so he's starting to put the damage down onto Big Fat GG. He can take revenge on the traps and Piltover Peacemakers he's had flashing over his head for the first 6 levels. Reginald got that blue buff. He's going to start doing a bit of damage. Look, he's built up now. He's going to Catalyst the Protector first on. So he's farming well. I mean, he's keeping up with Sols, and Sols has not had the pleasure of Gangplank coming to help him getting in any early ganks. So Janna's really not that worried about Sols.
Up at top, we'd seen this could be interesting here. Gangplank ulti went off, but Rayman actually flashed out of it there. Hotshot was obviously chasing him down. Rupture didn't really do that much to help him catch up to him. So, down at bottom, Elements going home. Big Fat GG going to have a little bit of free XP, and actually they're going to flash in there at the perfect time. Big Fat GG is in trouble, nets himself out. Ulti from Cogmore, finished off by X-Special. It's 2-1. X-Special, yeah, he got the kill there, and it should have been going, in the direction of Chaos, but a kill is still a kill.
Yeah, indeed. Looks like they're going to make their move towards Dragon as well. We are 9 minutes 51 in. And the first Dragon will go down, and you would assume Wriggles now picked up by Aurelia. Aurelia returning to top lane. That's going to be a nice easy Dragon straight away. So Reginald just keeping Sols busy. I don't think that they're even aware of it, or they just simply can't do anything about it. The Odd One's taken very low there. But the Odd One has had 2 successful ganks down the bottom there, whereas Gangplank obviously failed. Gangplank ulti, we see it as green. That's just the spec mode thing. It really is Gangplank's on the right team. It's not like he's working with the enemy or anything.
Yeah, I think that's just some bug inside spectator mode. Here we go. We're going to see some Vicious coming to that middle area. Reginald straight back out of it. Did build boots. Catalyst the Protector already finished, and of course he has that blue buff from a little bit earlier on. His Howling Gale is doing nice damage already.
Yeah, he's got it up to full spec now, so he's just going to be wiping out those minion waves. As soon as he comes up, just straight up the middle of it. It's like a Piltover Peacemaker all in itself for Janna there. Just wipes those minions down to nothingness. He just needs to pick up the farm afterwards. He's just got to be careful he doesn't miss out, which, of course, Reginald is not going to miss out. Gets every single one of them. Down the bottom, CS-wise, 75 to 74. So, again, between these two guys, it's put a hair between them. They are both... they're going to be building different things. I would expect possible Madrid Razor to come out on Cogmore. It's kind of like what a lot of people have been building them. But at the moment, I'm not too sure whether he's going to go that route. And see how Chaos builds it. He's done 2 different builds already this event, so I don't want to guesstimate what he's going to go.
Reginald in middle, just trying to zone out Sols. And maybe even get a bit of tower damage in here as well. Howling Gale goes out. Up at the top, we have seen Aurelia go back, finishing off that Wriggles. Also got the Ruby Crystal ward as well and a few pots just to be safe. Up at the top, the CS, 86 for Hotshot GG, 71 for the Rain Man. Down at the bottom, I guess it's still pretty even as well, 81 to 89. So Cogmore taking that bit of a lead.
Yeah, and the Odd One, again, just holding back. Remember, we've had 2 ganks successful down the bottom here as well. Big Fat GG has a ward in his own bush this time. He's not going to fall for it. He is alone. Let's have a quick look towards the top. No, they're just continuing to farm. I thought something might be happening, but no. 12 minutes in. The gold advantage obviously going towards TSM. They have that extra kill. They have the dragon, which has bought them the time. But again, nobody's really pushed any towers. It's been pretty even lane phase in between both teams. You kind of expect that. We're in a final. It's a big event for them. Reginald has got Gangplank coming around behind him this time, but again, Sauce didn't have stun, wasn't quite ready for it, and there's just no gank attempt there, so it's not quite working for St. Vicious and Sauce at the moment. They've not been able to get in there and deal with Reginald. Meanwhile, you can see down the bottom, the Odd One has snuck in there yet again. His ulti can launch him quite a distance, so it's all about especially landing that pulverize, and once he does, I expect to see the Odd One leaping in there. In fact, he's going to back away, which will get spotted by that ward in the dry bush straight away. Janna, no, at the moment down there, it's got the Janna ulti, will get out of it. It flashed across the Gangplank, but ultis and flashes used there by Reginald.
Yeah, and actually we saw Elements just taking a shot there, especially, which kind of gave away that there was a ward there. Sometimes you'd rather not do that, maybe, and try and surprise them when they think they're in the better position when actually they're not. But also, I guess it makes them play a little bit more defensively, even though they've got that bush under control. In the middle, we're just seeing the Odd One cross over. Probably going to take a little bit of farm away from this middle area. Reginald is just getting back to his lane as well. And we're seeing Gangplank also cross over to the other side of the jungle. Actually, Rainman just went inside there. We are seeing the ulti going off here from Nocturne onto Souls. Didn't do as much as they probably intended from that one. And more just to do that damage and force Souls. And we are seeing the attack down on bottom as well. Big Fat GG is very, very low. I think he's going to get away from this one. Elements obviously is in behind him as well. And, well, they survived that one. So plenty of action early on. At the moment, gold 18k to 16.7k. So slightly in favour from that kill earlier on.
Yeah, Rod of Ages now on Reginald, on Janna. I'm intrigued to see how this one's going to work with a full-on AP Janna, which he seems to be building at the moment. See the damage going on the tower there. Elements is not going to be able to do a fat lot about it. He's just targeting those minions like he should do and trying to do as much damage to Kirks. Just force him away. You can see the Odd One coming around, putting that ward in jungle, doesn't want to get caught out again. Aurelia actually invaded and took the golems as well just before that fight, so it's time to really cover all the jungle areas. And Souls, I don't think Souls is like, it's like, I don't know really how to deal with this crazy Reginald Janna character in the middle here. You can see he's clearing out the farm quite easily, which is actually causing Souls problems because he's obviously pushing straight towards the tower, possibly losing a little bit of gold. You see he's trying his best to keep his Q going. Will he manage to get? Yeah, so he's losing a lot of gold at the moment. Just managed to pick a few up. Let's have a look. You can see the pings as Hotshot GG comes around the side there. Rupture goes down. He well catch Reginald. Gangplank will go in there as well. Nice Janna ulti. Well, no! Tibbers comes down and Sauce explodes him. But that was 3 ultis used to get that kill. So that, if TSM can follow it up with something that, with all those ultis used, they may be able to push somewhere. But at the moment, they're not really in a situation to. The Odd One, it needs to come across and protect the tower. Sauce is there. Aurelia's going to come through. The Rainman on towards Sauce. Tibbers has been used already. If the Odd One has anything to be able to get on and help him out, he will manage to get the Q across. It's a nice rupture there from Hotshot GG. It's going to keep him away, but I don't think it's going to keep Sauce alive. And the Rainman now in a little bit of trouble. Does Hotshot GG have his ulti ready? It doesn't matter. He doesn't need it. St. Vicious gets the kill. Very nice. They've done 3-3 all square on kills, and they're going to continue pushing this mid turret. And the Odd One's going to struggle to keep these 3 at bay.
Yeah, I'm not sure that he's really going to attempt it. He'll stick around probably, but I think he'll leave sooner rather than later from this one. There are still 3 minions hanging. Actually, the tower targeting St. Vicious there, and they've left that tower just alive. 1 hit from anyone, and that would be down. It's actually got 60 HP left, so yeah, that would be going down there. As you mentioned, 3-3 in kills, only 1k gold difference.
Yeah, 1k gold difference. Hotshot GG's pushing that top tower, continuing to farm. Farm Shop GG, as a lot of people like to call him. Cho'Gath has got that Man Moon down the bottom as well, so instead going towards that rather than, so I expect to see a lot of ulti usage coming out from Chaos. Going to continue pushing. You see Reginald pushing on towards that tower. That tower is also down to 400 hit points, so both mid towers very low. Hotshot GG continuing to chomp away at the top there. Aurelia's going to come in and keep him away from that. Ward's going down. Well, Hotshot's actually taking a little bit of pressure from Rayman there. He's going to continue on just chipping away, not really able to do anything against each other. Dragon now coming out from Team Solo mid. They will pick that one up, I think. And the ulti from Gangplank trying to get the steal. They're going to try and walk out of that. They will keep it alive, though. Nobody's actually moving in to follow it up, so the TSM will pick it up. But Caitlyn stole, I think, there. Yes, he did. The big fat GG managed to steal it with a beautiful pilt over Peacemaker across. Very well played, and CLG really in a strong position. Looks like they're going to continue pushing this top turret. Meanwhile, in mid, Sols needs to be careful because the Rayman's going to come around the back side of him. Will manage to get a dive on him. Reginald not quite in position. Remember, that tower's very low, so they could probably dive and just finish off the tower, then finish off Sols. But instead, they're going to back away, and they're going to lose this top tower. Yeah, they are going to lose this top tower, so CLG take a tower. And wow. Team Solo mid, this is very even still between them. You know, the gold, the split, and a great split, great steal. The odd one doing a lot of damage onto a hot shot. Turns around, puts the rupture down. The odd one just dodges out of it. And yes, he does have a lot of damage. He's quite capable of churning it up. Meanwhile, you can see the Rayman at the top here, Joe. He's getting in position again to go on the tower.
Yeah, we'll see how that all goes. And is he going to go in there? Yes, he is. Janna's in there as well. Big Fat GG is dead. Oh, he's got the stun off there, but that's not going to be enough. Sona is next. That's an easy kill with 4 guys there. And they're just going to get straight in on the tower. Nicely done by TSM. Obviously, they managed to steal that dragon. Then they took top tower. Now they've taken this bottom tower. Brilliant play so far.
Yeah, and they're continuing to push. Obviously, that long range from Cogbo, just trying to do as much damage as they can. You can see Nocturne continuing to push on top. I don't really think he's going to do a lot of hot shots.
They can kill this middle tower as well.
Yeah, they've switched across, and CLG have not reacted in time. They've got 4 there. They need to get straight across that tower. It is going to go before anyone from TLG managed to be able to get across. You can see St. Vicious and Annie, they were just too slow to react to the switch there. And TSM really starting to turn it on here. They've got a 3k gold advantage, 2 kill advantage, and 2 tower advantage. I'm just going to let CLG a hot shot. I'm just going to see if they're going to have the cheek to get the blue. And CLG are going to try and push them. Ward goes down. They can see exactly what's coming.
Nicely done, actually. Firing off into that pack of players. Hot shot actually just backing away a little bit. We've seen the portal home up on the top lane, actually. And all 4 pushing down now towards this bottom turret. Let's see if CLG are going to stay and try and force this one. There are 3 left around the bottom for TSM. And St. Vicious there just taking a turret hit. And they'll defend this one, no problem.
And the Rayman again going to push those minions stack up towards the turret. The base turret now it is, remember, not the inner turret. There's nothing there, so nicely done from them. So they're going to back away. What are they going to buy? Let's have a look. Manamune and Wriggles. Sorry, not Wriggles. He's always going for Madras, of course. He is. Well, he's got Manamune first. So Wriggles going to be coming out on Big Fat. It's not Big Fat GG. It's Chaos. I'm so used to seeing him on Cogmore now. The American style. And I'm intrigued to see whether Cogmore is going to start getting played by the European teams. It's always been pretty much Ash, Caitlyn, the standard guys that we've seen in the European scene. And you know, the meta game may change in Europe. I guess we'll find out. But right now it is the US. Well, North America. Don't want to upset the Canadians out there.
No, but I totally agree with you. After big tournaments, we always see a shift in things. Especially because, you know, it's not so often that we get to see those play styles mixed together. And you really see after that, the first month or so, some really interesting new fresh stuff coming all over the place. Here we go, then we're going to see Hotshot GG taking some pressure, and it's possibly going to be too much pressure for him. Exhaust is in there, Reginald is coming in as well. Hotshot actually flashed away back into the bush. Gangplank ulti is down, but it's not going to save Hotshot whatsoever. Reginald gets himself out, and well, that's how you gank.
Yeah, and he was pushing too hard, didn't have the wards placement down at all there, which you normally would have to do, especially when you're completely pushing blind. You know, they're all miss. So actually caught out of position, very unusual. You see, CX Special is going to knock St. Vicious straight in towards the tower, and now pick up another kill. Will he be able to get away with it? Elements comes across, tries to support the ulti across on tower, but that's going to be Elements going down as well. Yes, it will. Team Solo mid are dominating here. Salt is now in trouble. The rest of his team weren't quite on the same wavelength as CX Special there. I know they were expecting him to come through and catch him so hard there. They're going to go back. Janna ulti, top them all off, continue pushing top, or will they switch around? Surely, will they be going Baron? Yeah, will they be going Baron? I think they might do.
I'm not sure that they're going to get in position to really do anything now. 2 wards over the top, just because they can. Commonwealth is coming in. Big Fat GG doesn't have vision down there anyway. Is going to go for it, but doesn't get the steal. And it is a Baron for TSM at 22 minutes.
Yeah, very close to getting another cheeky steal there. Big Fat GG didn't work out from this time, though. So Aurelia's going to keep pushing on the farm up top there. The tower going to take a bit. I guess everyone's just going to farm up that little bit and go by. And CLG are up. This is the first time in the tournament we've seen them with their backs against the wall. 8-3 in kills, 5k behind in gold, which is a big chunk at this stage. And TSM with Baron, they are just going to go by and then start ploughing up one of the lanes. I would guess, I don't know, it could be mid or it could be top. So obviously, they've still got that tower on the outer tower. Looks like it's going to be straight mid, though. Yeah, they're going to go straight up mid. And CLG, you got a hot shot. He needs to port back now. He needs to be porting back already. They need to react very quickly. They got caught out on the first inner turret. They don't want to get caught out on the second one. Gangplank's also far away. They are miles from this. TSM are just going to get straight in and take this tower. There's nothing they're going to be able to do against it. The Gangplank ulti does go down there. That tower farm will go down there. We just seen Cho'Gath port back. Actually did a lot of damage to it, especially. He couldn't tank it up. St. Vicious will take this bottom turret. Well, just that simple Gangplank ulti saved their bacon there.
Yeah, Chaos is going to be scary at this kind of range. Obviously, huge poke with that ulti. Plus, he did have red and blue buff and Baron buff, so pretty much as strong as he could hope for at this stage of the game. And yeah, just spamming those ultis up onto that turret area. Hotshot is actually coming fairly deeply out there, and his Banshee's Veil actually gets popped. Here comes an ulti from Nocturne, and that is down at the bottom onto St. Vicious. And obviously that fear proccing as well. Surely he'll be able to get this kill. I can't see that St. Vicious is going to get out of this whatsoever. Maybe just with his speed, and the Fear is going to get the kill, and Odd One makes it 9-3, and it's almost a 5k gold advantage now.
Yeah, and they're going to keep on pushing at the top there. The Odd One will actually push that bottom lane while he can. There's no reason why not. That will put pressure on towards that inner turret. Meanwhile, the rest of Team Solo mid are continuing to chip away, and Cogmore with his ulti is just like landing it on everyone, slowly chipping everyone down. Again, Oddshot just standing there. Reginald puts a Howling Gale across, and there we go, straight across towards the inner. They're going to pick up the blue buff, and the Odd One pushes that lane, and the inner turret will go. There's no way they're going to react to it. Reginald's just sticking around, just keeping people busy while the rest of TSM take that inner turret.
This has so far been a real solid game from TSM. We've not seen them being out of position really all, I'd say. They've been playing pretty damn flawless, and that AP Janna obviously is something that you don't often get to see. Has been doing great. And again, it looks like they are going to force a bit of a poke in there. Reginald maybe get that Howling Gale off. Yep, there it goes. Only hitting a couple of minions. And TSM move back towards the middle area. And CLG, they have their backs to the wall after 25 minutes. I didn't expect this.
I don't think they expected it either. TSM are exactly extracting revenge. They're going to back away from this one by the looks of it. Yeah, straight down towards Dragon. And CLG are going to continue chasing. I think that's a dangerous move. They know they're going for Dragon, though. I guess they want to engage it. They will do. Hotshot gets exhausted straight around there. TSM were ready and waiting for that. Big Fat GG's been caught out of position. Rayman will be able to flash out of that. Nobody going down at the moment. X-Special's going to block that. Pops his ulti. Oh, beautiful. Annie Tibbers going down there. Chaos is very low. Salsa will go down. Chaos follows. Hotshot GG is now in trouble. You can see Big Fat GG is slowly burning. Aurelia Reginald will take him down. Actually, the Odd One got the kill on him in the end there. I'll say Vicious, you're in trouble as well, and I don't think Hotshot GG will get away with this one. The Odd One is going to let him get away, but that's almost certainly a tower. And wow, that's a 4-for-1 there from TSM. CLG now desperately in trouble. It was an aggressive move from CLG. They kind of knew they had to do something, trying to catch them out, but TSM were well prepared for that. They've got the wards down in blue. Oh, and Hotshot GG is going to go down here. You're not going to get away from that one. Try and get on tower, unless Elements actually puts the ulti across. He will walk away to the tower, but the tower is going to go. The inhibitor's going to go. Meanwhile, Reginald, you can see beating on the mid turret. Could be a 2-for-1. Assault is up. They're going to back away.
Yeah, and we saw that Howling Gale doing some massive damage there from Reginald as well. I think he was onto Caitlyn. And we'll see how that kind of develops going later on. Baron buff has now run out, but it's 13-4. That's a one-sided scoreline. after 26 minutes here. 5-2 in terms of the turrets. We'll see what TSM's next move is. It looks like they're all going back. Yeah, no mana whatsoever for Reginald. They want to spend some of this gold that they've been amassing. But look at CLG not playing that super defensive role. They know that they have to push out and get something from this situation. And that something will be the red buff stolen from the TSM jungle. They are actually just pinging down into their TSM. So CLG have to be very, very careful. Red buff did go over onto Hotshot GG. Now they're going to look to have themselves a dragon. Don't think TSM will get there anywhere near in time to challenge for it. And CLG starting to bring it back. And I'd say after losing a massive team fight that last time, they've come away with a stolen red buff and a dragon. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, they're chasing onto Souls. Ooh. Especially would have gone around the other side. I don't think he'd be able to do it. Instead, they're just going to push on. That mid tower is on next to nothing. So they're just going to go in, tank it. While CLG do come around the side there. Gangplank ulti going down. St. Vicious, well, he tried to protect the tower, but it's just completely wasted now because they all just stepped aside of that one. So the inhibitor now on both the mid and top open. And they're just going to keep farming away. I'm not too sure how CLG are going to be able to come back from this one. I've got to be honest, they need to reset their mind and think, okay, fine, we've lost the first one on the stage. Let's just pull it together, Joe. In these situations, TSM, we saw them struggling to close it out the other day, and I'm hoping that TSM don't have the same problem. I don't think they will. They've got pretty dominant lead here. The odd one nearly getting caught out of position. Didn't quite happen. The stun goes down. Salsa does go in. And, well, an ulti used. He is going to go diving in there. Force the wall straight in. A beautiful Summer ulti as well going across. But the Janna ulti will reply. Now will knock the health straight up. St. Vicious will go down eventually. Hotshot manages to pick a kill up on Reginald, though. CLG are trying their best to keep themselves in it. Big Fat GG goes down to St. Vicious also going down. And wow, Solson absolutely nothing. The Q just skipping past him. Yeah, skims the backside. 85 hit points. Still, and flash used as well there. Hotshot GG needs to be careful. He's not immune to all this, but he's going to flash away. And now the damage starts to go. Look at that, the cow just knocking him away. No, really, we will be taking your inhibitor and you'll like it. Instead, he's going to chip away onto X Special's back. He's been left alone here. He's actually killable there. He's actually used the flash. Yeah, I mean, the odd one needs to protect his cow, as it were. He's got that Oracle on him. Hotshot GG has that brilliant spot. Will land the Rupture once again. They will finally get around there. He's going to proc the fear off. And now, he gets the feast on him. It didn't quite do enough. Will the Rupture land? No, it won't. He needs to get away now. The odd one will be able to finish him off. St. Vicious coming round. He's just delayed it for so long. The fear proc's going to go down. Dodges out the side of the Rupture. And now Element is in trouble. He's got St. Vicious. He's going to surely capture him. Will he manage to get that single poly? No, he's gone the wrong way. He's gone the wrong way. Oh, dear. And now TSM are back, and the Baron's back.
Yeah, they've delayed it nicely now because you've got Rayman Chaos, you've got that Janna back in the fight, and, well, the others are kind of running around with no HP. I mean, Hotshot just in the base, healing himself up before he comes back in. And TSM ready to start pushing once again. Odd One is now coming in, got his Banshee's Veil built in there. And if you look down the scoreboard as well, 405 on Alistair, 409 on Nocturne, 424 Cogmore, 238 on Irelia, 228 on Janna. And you look over at the other side, it tells a very different story.
Yeah, it's desperation. However, the highest kills is on Salts, which kind of helps. So he's still going to have that strong burst. He's got pretty decent AP in comparison. Yeah, 309. He still managed to keep up with the mighty Janna, who is on 372. AP, those Howling Gales are really going to hurt, especially just clearing out the wards on Baron. And TSM are going to clear the stacks and reset for another push.
They're worried here. They think that maybe TSM are going for that Baron once again. Wards go back into the Baron pit. And Element should probably spot that ward. Yep, ward will go down. TSM may just gear up for a bit of a fight here. Rupture comes in, especially actually walking into it didn't actually trigger on him. We're getting pings back towards that bush, so we're going to see CLG set up somewhat of an ambush here. TSM, I don't think they're going to fall for this one. They're not going to head in that direction. They may even just start off the Baron. Okay, X Special clears out this ward. They're not going to go for it. And CLG, of course, have to come in now. They've got no vision. There goes the clairvoyance. So they know that TSM aren't doing it. And I think we're going to see a bit of a standoff period. And as you mentioned, and as they said at DreamHack as well, TSM had a bit of a problem finishing off games sometimes. And I hope that doesn't come in and affect them in this one.
And it shouldn't do, because they're miles ahead. They're miles ahead in gold, miles ahead in kills, miles ahead in items. Mid-turret being cleared out. It's going to take a little bit of vision away. Nothing too serious. Obviously, it's going to give a stack of gold to CLG as well. St. Vicious now is going to take that top tower, and he's going to push the stack as well. They've got a big stack down the bottom they need to be worried of, because they have an open inhibitor. Yeah, there you go. Cho'Gath has gone back. So now would probably be ideal time to go for Baron. As soon as Hotshot GG shows himself down there, you can see St. Vicious. He needs to be careful he doesn't get chopped off here. He's got 4 coming around here. He's going to back straight away, and they have gone straight for Baron. Clever use there. As soon as they saw Hotshot GG teleport back, they've gone straight in for it. Gangplank ulti going in. St. Vicious is trying to build up his stun. You can see he's getting Tibbers ready. They're trying to chip down as much health as they can do. Oh, wow, the damage from that big fat GG does go down. Reginald manages to pop his ulti and survive in time. Sona going in there. Sona's ulti going across. Spec Special will go down. His ulti's not going to keep him in it. Hotshot GG comes across. I think he's still got Feast. He may well have used it there. It's actually gone quite badly wrong for Team Solomon here, despite the fact they had quite a good initiate, and the odd one on absolutely no health. They've still got 4 in there. Elements taking a hit from Chaos there. Whoa, Chaos lands it on him. Beautifully done. And Hotshot GG will go down. Surely needs to turn around, take the St. Vicious out. They're going to get them both at the same time. From absolutely no health. Hotshot GG is still alive. Now he goes down. And I think they're just going to push straight in. They've got 2 open inhibitors here. I don't think they're going to go for... no, they definitely won't go for Baron. They're far too low on health. Straight for the open inhibitors. Get a bit of health straight off those minions. Yeah, straight in there. And that's going to be 2 open inhibitors. Big Fat GG, though, is going to fancy getting a kill here.
That didn't look really good for TSM halfway through that fight. And then all of a sudden they were like, okay, in comes Chaos. They got this low on. Gangplank couldn't quite catch up. And they only lost 1 guy during all of it. And they aced CLG in that fight. Brilliant, brilliant play. They know that Dragon is up. They're going to go back for it, and I guess then they'll scoot off home as quick as they can and get into a position then to defend Baron. I wonder if CLG now might have a peek off towards Baron.
They might have a peek. You know, they know that TSM have to go back. We talked about this with the Millennium game when they had this situation. They kind of had nothing to lose. They have a decent stack on the bottom, so they haven't got to worry about that. They've got super minions coming up mid, though, but they don't really have any vision at all of it. I mean, TSM have got wards everywhere. There's absolutely no wards from CLG. They've all been cleared out by X Special, so they can't go for it. I mean, it's definitely now it's too late, but they are really backs to the wall, as it were, for CLG. But they're not sitting back. They're not sitting in your turret. They're still going very aggressive. And Hotshot feels he can get something out of this. He has built the Wits End. He has built the Frozen Heart, so he's gone very tanky. Does quite a bit of decent damage in there as basic attack. And without any Oracle, I think, unless Elements has not got one yet, without any Oracle, they need to clear out these wards. And there is a stack of them. TSM know exactly what's going on at the moment.
They are stacking up. Around there is, okay, ward from either side inside of the Baron pit. Both teams just pinging around. CLG telling each other to get back. Are they going to set up this trap once again in the bush and hope that they can find something from it? No, doesn't look that way. They're scared to leave this Baron to, go too far away from it. But to be honest, TSM, are they going to go in there either? I'm not too sure. Reginald's all the way back there, farming that bottom lane. They're pinging like absolute madmen, CLG.
It's all about red. They were desperate to get that red.
Took them a long time to make that decision to take red. And now we see TSM going down, actually. They're going to steal a blue.
Hotshot using his feast there. So TSM engage. That feast will not be available. Remember, he lost a couple of stacks. He's died twice recently. So I don't think he'll be up to 6 stacks. I'm not too sure if we can actually see the stacks. No, we can't see the stacks he's up to. Oh, wow, but TSM are just coming straight around. They're ignoring the minions, and they're going to try and get on towards the tower. They're going to force the fight here. They feel they've got the better of CLG. They should do. They're 21-8 up. They are very strong. Look at that. Chaos just chipping with that long-range ulti. And he's catching them all as well. Look at that. Boom. It's like bombardment coming in there. Hotshot's trying his best to do something about it, but he just can't keep them on wave. So as soon as the fight actually starts, they're already down to a 2/3 health.
Hotshot still taking damage. Those Cogmore ultis, annoying as they are, coming in constantly. So, minions cleared out. Here comes a big wave. It seems like forever it trails down that bottom lane, all moving in at once. So, let's see now if TSM are going to force their way in onto this inhibitor. Of course, Chaos is going to be one of the instrumental ones. Just spamming those ultis in. We do see the flash, actually, from Hotshot GG into the middle of it all. Gangplank ulti is going to try and settle them off. Here comes Nocturne ultimate as well. St. Vicious is pretty low. Ultimate comes out from Reginald, and he's going to burst him down. That's a dead Janna, but this fight is not over. I think they're going to focus now in on Solsi. He's going to go down. Big Fat GG is not too healthy either, but TSM should be feeling okay with this one. Nice move from Alistair just to knock Big Fat GG out. There's another kill. This inhibitor's going down. 35 seconds is the next one up. Elements is the last one alive. This is going to be 1-0 to TSM.
Oh, survive. Minions nearly got him there, but he just about managed to survive with the trample going across. Team Solo may take the first map, and that's going to give them such a huge confidence boost here on the main stage. Joe, that was incredible stuff. They were strong throughout.
They didn't do anything wrong. No. From what I could really see. That Reginald AP Janna pick, I think, was a little bit surprising for CLG, so maybe we'll see.
That 16 assists, though.
We see Janna banned next game.
I think we might do. But then
2-3-16.
There's a lot of people to target from both teams. There's, they can all play so many heroes. Hell, we've had Chaos doing his full-on A to Z, so he's played them all, as with everyone. How good he is on them, that's the question. We are going to have a best of 3, remember, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Joe, some great games coming.
Amazing. And obviously it's only 1-0. Hopefully we get to see 2 more games, but definitely 1. Quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.